is Brooklyn, otherwise known as the Dramatic Otaku, and today I'll be showing you guys how I made my mushroom hat. Now, I actually made two, a blue one and a red one, so you'll be seeing both of them, but personally I like the red one better, and thus I've cosplayed it with it actually before. Before we get into it, these are the materials you're going to need if you are going to make a mushroom hat like myself. Now, to start off, I measured the circumference of my head and wrote down the numbers because I had to do math to get the diameter so I could put the numbers onto the circle and put it onto cardboard. Yeah, math. Fucking hate it. And this is the only reason I've used it thus far in life. Sewing. But from here, we get some scrap cardboard. I used the box of my IKEA flat pack bed, and I ended up using a large majority of it. I started off by deconstructing the box, then finding the center of the box, drawing a marker so I could cut into it later, then drawing a radius for my skull to fit into, and then we get drawn on the brim. Now, admittedly, for both of them, I might have gone a bit too big with the brims, but really, it's go big or go home. So, bigger brims, bigger hat. I then freed the brim from its cardboard prison and punched the center out of the brim, making sure to put it on my head to check if it fits before adjusting. Then, from a long piece of cardboard, I made head supports, making sure to adjust it that it fits my head. Again, I then put tape down to make sure I get the right placement before hot gluing it into place. Then, grabbing some scrap fabric and gluing it in the interior for some extra support. In this specific portion, I'd suggest choosing a scrap fabric that is the same as the underside of your hat, because while you think people aren't going to see the support fabric, people will in fact see the support fabric. Choose a similar colour. I then proceeded to repeat the same process, and I just wanted to share this little moment that occurred when I did for the second time. Ma'am, please get off. No, you cannot have this hat. Then, using more cardboard and a lot of it, and with the exact same method that I used to make the head support, I made the crown and main shape of the mushroom. I made a total of 4 supports, crossing them over and hot gluing them together in the center on top of each other. Something I would not recommend is bending the cardboard like I do in this footage. It makes the cardboard a lot weaker and created unwanted kinking when I put the fabric on. Now, I don't kink shame, but in this case, we don't want kinks. Now, I had to sew the red fabric together because I didn't have enough of it, but I did have enough of the blue fabric where I could just drape it over the hat. But before that, I put tulle and netting into the hats. Well, so I put a layer of tulle into the hat before draping it over the hats and hot gluing the fabric to the bottom of the brim. Later, however, in the red hat specifically, I cut back into the fabric somewhere where I was going to later cover with white fabric and bunched up a lot of tulle and netting that I just had extra that I didn't really have any use for, shoving it into the hat to give it a little bit of extra structure and poof. So I wouldn't accidentally, break the inside structure and get really, really sad when my hat would be super squished. This, however, made the hat kind of heavy when wearing it, so please be careful when choosing what to put inside the hat. Something that does get missed in this video is after gluing down the main body of the fabric was I glued the underside with a canvas fabric because it was cream colored, and I did this by folding the fabric around the brim and gluing it down. I then went over the excess later with a white sheer fabric that was formerly a sheer curtain from a previous house that we lived in. With the main body of the mushroom hat done, we can now move on to the final touches, giving these mushrooms their spots and adding a chin strap because I figured it would be good. So I used a mixture of spray-on fabric paint and white felt. I made the spots for the respective mushroom hats, using spray-on for the blue one and using fabric for the red one, with a little bit of fabric paint splotched on the red one as well. Then using the exact same sheer fabric for the underside, I figured out which sides of the underside were going to be on the sides of my face and glued them onto that to make chin straps. And this is the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with how to make a mushroom hat. I really enjoyed making these mushroom hats. I was like in quarantine when doing them, and this was ages ago when I did that, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, please don't be afraid to comment down below if you want to see any more videos like this where I'm doing a little bit of a tutorial about how I made certain things. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I upload every Wednesday at 10 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Occasionally on days like this, on Fridays, I'll upload at the same time, 10 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you guys have an amazing day or night. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye!